Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. I am doing wonderful. We are bringing this back, Magazine Monday. I will not be doing it like I did last year every Monday, only because I feel like I was trying to do too much and I got burnt out. So we'll do Magazine Monday less often, I think. Unless I started loving it, and then you'll get on whenever. I'm not going to do a flip through unless you want me to. This is the Homemaker Creative Stamp and Paper Craft Ideas. I think this is issue 4. It comes with these beautiful stamps. These sentiments are really cool. And it has all these little cute winged creatures. And the project that we're going to be working on, I already started it. It's going to be on page 20, and it's called Reaching New Heights, Use Your Stamps. These are the stamps that we'll be using. It's fuzzy right there, not the camera. All right, and this is how it's supposed to look. I did do a magazine flip through, but it did not come out right, so I just decided that we don't need those. We'll just do the projects, and if you really want to see everything that's in the magazine, I'll do a flip through at your request, not me just doing one. Okay, so I have 2 masks that I stamped and fussy cut them out. And so what I'm doing, if you remember on the little picture, it's kind of like they're layered, kind of bunched up together, and that's what we're going to be trying to accomplish here. All right, I really need to invest in those masking sheets, but for now this is fine. I don't do enough masking to really lose my mind over it, I suppose. And then what we're going to do in the, even though I don't want to, we're going to stamp these out again and fussy cut them. Yay for fussy cutting, right? Why did I take that off? I don't know. Yeah, that's right. I'm looking at the magazine, just trying to make sure I get enough petals in there. And this could probably be a very nice watercolor versus what we're doing, which is regular stamp and coloring technique. And I'm going to do one with you, and then I'll do the others solo. If I got the best piece of washi tape I could find and use it. The tape is great, just not for what Brandy's trying to do with it. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and color this up. All right, so I pulled out the Spectrum Noir, and I have Meadow, Dandelion, and Pink Violet. I think those colors will represent them this well, and I am going to do the green first. So I had pulled out the color pencils because I was like, let's do color pencils. And I also had a different color altogether trying to do color pencils, and it did not look right. So we are here now, and I think this will be fine. The ink, if you let it kind of dry a little bit, it doesn't move too much, which is really good, because you know some even people say use Memento. I tried that and it moves if the ink is still fresh, and I use the alcohol marker, it still moves. So I didn't want to do that. So now we're going to use our dandelion just to do the center. And I think that this would probably look really pretty watercolored, because you can just move the color and it doesn't have to sit. It could just, you know, be there, like swish it around a little bit. But I, being the great planner that I am, even though I have watercolor paper right at the desk, I am afraid to watercolor. I know that sounds crazy to some of you, because you probably love watercoloring. I guess I don't understand it enough to be very good at it, but I will be trying more watercoloring this year. Just because I do enjoy it when I get a chance to talk myself into watercoloring. I don't think first of all, I know I don't get the results that I want, but I don't do it enough to actually show improvement, if that makes any sense to you all at all. So that's how one flower is going to look. I'm going to go ahead and color the rest of these, and I stamped out some, and I'm going to fuss at those to just place. Okay, if you don't make a mess, I'm not sure what kind of crafting you're doing. Okay, so I'm bringing the reference picture back in for us to see. So this is how it looks. I, of course, went off the beaten path, but no worries. I think we're going to be fine. So I got this. This is some prefabricated card bases from Michaels. You can use whatever you like. This right here is some photo mats from Colorblock. This is how they look. They do have a little line on here, so you know, the cut line, if you want to keep that for another type of project, you can. And they have the lines, not just super important, but it's black and or white. So there you go with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to layer all this out first. And I only cut 4 or 3. Did I only cut 3? Yep, only cut 3. I have 3 left over, so we're going to see how that's going to look. And I think my yellow is too dark. Can you tell? It's dark. So I do want to keep it yellow, but I think maybe the background is not popping out enough. Okay, so I decided to go with this card base. I think that it looks really cool, and we're gonna go ahead and just layer this up without applying anything yet. I need to look at my reference because they have a little flower over here. I don't understand this flower on the side just hanging out chilling, but we're gonna see how it looks. I know some people are very meticulous about placements when it comes to certain things. You know, like you can have 3, 5 odd numbers, 7. If it looks too weird, add 1 and take 1 away. So you know, I've been trying to do that. I was watching a video. I don't even know who the lady was. I'm not even sure what she was doing. Interior decorating, maybe. I'm not sure. And she mentioned that, and I was like, oh. Not that I never doubted the crafting community, you know, people that make cards and stuff, because a lot of people have backgrounds that have everything to do with their current thing or nothing to do with their current thing. Just different, what they say, different strokes for different folks, right? So I like that. All right, so I'm going to use the Dollar Tree tape, foam tape, and I am going to put it down first. And if you have purchased this from the Dollar Tree, then you will know that this is thinner than some of the other tape. So you just have to be mindful of that if you are doing dimensional. Some of the other companies have a higher or thicker thickness, I guess is a better way to say it. So yesterday we were out and about all day long, right? It was Saturday, even though you'll see this on Monday. It was Saturday, and I doubled this up just so you know, because what I've noticed, if I squish down on this tape, it actually goes flat, and I don't want it to go flat. And I did cut another what is this called? Flower, another little flower out. So we were out and about on Saturday, and I don't know if they're doing construction in my area. Well, yes, they're always doing construction in my area. I just took this rectangle and I'm going to cut 4 little pieces from it. But it took me so long to get home yesterday. And I usually don't like to be out and about when it's dark because the people in San Antonio drive so selfishly already. But at nighttime, you know, it's just worse. But I think it was like, I don't know if the road was closed. Was it a major accident? I don't know what was going on. But, you know, usually the weekend is when they decide to repair and put things up. I guess it makes sense sometimes, but then sometimes it doesn't. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to glue this piece to this piece. This is super, super thin. This is way thicker, but I'm gluing it down to that piece first, and that way I can just tape this and put it on. And I think, let's go ahead and use the tape, the glue that dries really fast on Brandy. Just making a, see, that's, you can see the yellow where I started off at. There's nothing wrong with turning your paper over and trying again. Just so you know, you can do that. You have my permission. I'm joking about the permission part, but you can't always turn it over. I'm sure you know that. But sometimes, you know, we get, oh, it's ruined, I'm gonna just throw it in the trash. No, you have a good side. You have a B side. Just gonna burnish this down. Yesterday, before I left, because we had a severe thunderstorm here on a Friday, I believe. Friday night going into Saturday. So I was just trying to wait to see how the roads were, because we have flooding here a lot. Before we got out in the road, I wanted to make sure the streets were actually safe to travel, because we could have just stayed at home. It's not like we needed anything. And I did really, really good. I didn't spend as much money as I thought I was, I guess. I wanted to spend less. But I promised the little one, even though he don't know what a promise is, I don't like to break them, because I want him to learn that when you say something to someone, you know, you need to stand by your word. That is so crooked. You know, I can't place tape down to save my life. So, but I didn't want to glue it because I found that these micro cards bend a lot easier. Even though it's a little bit thicker, it's not that much thick. So I felt like taping it would be the better option. I need to invest, because I priced it once before, invest in some wider tape. I think this is the widest tape I have, but widest flat tape, because as you can see, this is way wider, but this is foam tape. So I'm just going to burnish this down. And when you rub your tape, I learned this from another person. When you rub your tape down, of course it's adhering to the back, but it's also allowing that piece on top to come off a lot more easy. I want some ice cream, and I don't even think it's 7 o'clock yet in the morning. So yep, I do like this a lot better, this color. And it's not too crooked. Go Brandy, yay. Yay me. I've been wanting some butter pecan. Have you ever had Cold Stone ice cream? I love it. It's expensive, don't get me wrong. We were visiting New York. I love New York. I think I like the crafting area more so than anything. Like, you can get beads and, you know, jewelry making things. I never been to the fashion district. I used to watch Project Runway when it first came out, and I was in love. I was in love with the idea of going to the fashion district. I can't sew. Did y'all know that? I can't sew. I'm just looking to see where I want to place this, and I think right here is pretty good. I don't want it to be in the middle of the paper though. All right, so I'm going to burnish this down. And you see how it has, I don't know, I didn't make this card, but you see it always has that little white line on there, and blank as always. But they had, I didn't know that at the time they had a fashion, because I'm from Houston, Texas, where I didn't know a lot about a lot. And you know, you grow up in an area and you don't have much, you don't know much about things. So I didn't know much about it. I'm going to put another, I think I'm going to pop this one back up a little bit more. Let me just check the reference. I could put it under, but then I think it would look weird. What do you think? So anyway, what else in Cold Stone? I think I'm on Cold Stone, yes, because I want ice cream. I was walking, traveling, and I was like, why are so many people standing outside of this store? Like, what is this store about? I didn't know that was like yummy, yummy. It was really good when I finally got it, because you know, people, when you stand in line, people tend to want to know what, like because I was nosy, I guess. Why are they standing in line? What's all the hype about? And I found out. And we have a Cold Stone here, but we rarely go to Cold Stone. I don't think I've been to Cold Stone since 2012, to be honest. Here in Texas, I don't think I've been to Cold Stone since 2012. So I may take the little roommate today and see how he enjoys it. I'm gonna triple pop this up. I feel like I can take a walk on the crazy wild side, because that way it'll pop up just a little bit more on there. See how that looks? I think I'm gonna do it just like that, so we can keep our U, right? We want them to know it's just for them. And get some ice cream today, yeah. See the dimension a little bit, and it looks the same, even though it is triple popped and this is only double. Weird, but I did squish it down some, so that's why. All right, so that is our Magazine Monday card. Let me know what you think in the description, the rest, and I will post them in my Facebook group if you want to see all 4 of them. So thank you all for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.